Yo, what's up, everyone? Cleveland Podcast here, Josh Clow.
Michael Weaver.
And we're with you of another episode today. Today we're going to hit a little bit more than just football. We're going to hit baseball and a little bit of basketball and some of the AAF today. So, start off with the breaking news today. Jason Witten announced that he's coming back to the Cowboys for a 1-year deal at $3.5 million. Does he bring a winning mentality? Does the Cowboys become better? Do they become worse? Are they just with Jason Witten? What does this bring for the Cowboys coming into the 2019 season?
I think Jason Witten coming back, it's basically just brings the veteran mentality. He's going to be like a coach, basically. Sure, he might make a few plays here and there, but, I mean, obviously he was winding down. He retired for a reason, but he saw the Cowboys make the playoffs last year without him. He's like, I want to be a part of that. I can still play a little bit, so he's just getting back in on the action.
Is this supposed to help Dak Prescott on his final year of his contract, or is just something just completely unrelated? Because I know Jason Witten, near the end of his career, probably the last couple of seasons, he was not producing numbers at all. He might have got like 2 or 3 touchdowns, maybe 20 to 30 receptions, a couple hundred yards, but he just...
It was clear he was at the tail end of his career.
Yeah, he was that essentially like a third-string backup, what numbers he was bringing, but... I mean, he sucked on Monday Night Football anyway. Agree to disagree on anybody what says on that. I'm glad we don't have to watch him again on Monday Night Footballs every week.
He's no Tony Romo.
No. He's no Tim Tebow either.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was at least decent for college ball.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to more football-related. Kyler Murray announced he's not doing the Combine. I mean, in my opinion, the Combine really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It kind of just sees how tall you are, how fast you run, how much you jump, but you really don't play one-on-one or scrimmage football, which I think that matters. I mean, some of the greatest players in NFL history weren't even drafted, like Frank Gore. So, and then Antonio Brown was like a 6th-round pick. So the Combine really doesn't mean anything, in my opinion.
And some of the greatest players of all time, Tom Brady, didn't have a great Combine.
True.
So,
I mean, it is what it is. Combine is just a skill set. It's not an
overall, this is how well you compete.
Yeah, and, coaches, schemes, players are all different,
Yeah.
Some people got lucky and got drafted to the Legion of Boom. Some people got drafted on a Peyton Manning offense. So it's really just depends on how you got drafted and where you're at. Moving on to the Chiefs. The Chiefs has announced that they are trading Justin Houston so they can franchise Dee Ford because they don't have the money for that. Definitely with the fact that Tyreek Hill's due a new contract soon. Patrick Mahomes due a new contract. Travis Kelce's due for a new contract. I mean, all these players are coming near the end of their deals, and a lot of these guys are going to worth a lot of money. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be the highest paid quarterback in NFL history coming 2 years. I mean, he deserves it. Definitely just one season he's playing. Imagine what his stats are going to be in 2 years from now. Probably a Super Bowl winning team. High possibilities. But with Justin Houston, where will he go and what is he worth?
I mean, in terms of where will he go, I mean, just look around the league and who needs a pass rusher, and that'll sort itself out. What is he worth? I think you said he was... I didn't pay too much attention to Justin Houston, but I know last year, 2 years ago, he had one of the greatest pass rushing seasons ever with over 20 sacks.
He was like a half sack away from breaking the record. He was like 22 and a half. So
yeah, so if it was after that season...
He's not young. I don't know how old he is, but he's not on the young end of 20, but he can definitely be someone to get, like...
a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
Something like Cameron Wake from the Miami Dolphins. He's 36 years old, but give him the right scheme. He could still put up 10 sacks on the right type of scheme and whatnot. So, I mean, he has 100 career sacks. Justin Houston's probably around 70 to 80 career sacks. Mm-hmm. I mean, a couple years ago, him and J.J. Watt was battling each year who was going to have the most sacks. I mean, Justin Houston has 2 20-sack seasons. J.J. Watt has, I think, 3. So, I think, in my opinion, Raiders, you got rid of Khalil Mack. They have no defense. You got 3 first-round picks. Why not go after Justin Houston? Is he worth a first-round pick? No. But when you're one of the worst defenses in the league and you have a pretty tough division, the Chargers, Broncos, and the Chiefs, you want to build onto that because the Chiefs are built for the future. The Broncos, they're kind of in the they got a small window, and the Chargers also small window, but they're old. So, but the Chiefs is your big problem because they are for the future, and Andy Reid isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Andy Reid might be one of the best coaches in the league. So John Gruden, Andy Reid battling out 2 times a season. I see that. Also, I also see the Packers possibly. Packers are a defense away from the championship. This is an NFC team, so they're fine trading him to the NFC team. They only play each other once a year, or once every 4 years, maybe twice within if you go to the Super Bowl. So, that's what I think. Is he worth a first-round pick? No.
No, not anymore.
His age is getting up to his contract is pretty high. I mean, would I trade for a second though? Probably. That's what the Chiefs should probably do is take the second.
Yeah.
Don't try to get draft needy on the first.
Yeah.
You'll lose potential buyers. So
yeah.
that's in my opinion. But Justin Houston definitely is worth getting traded for.
A high round draft pick, but not a first.
Yeah. He will not go to the Patriots. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown's not going to the Patriots either, for all you guys that's worrying about that. But we'll see how he gets traded within the next couple months. Moving on, Johnny Manziel got cut with the Canadian Football League. I think he's going to get signed with the AAF.
Yeah.
AAF is a new football league. Just started this year. There's like 8 teams, but they're pretty nice. I mean, they're like old school football. You think about 1980s football, you get hit, no flag. So, I think Johnny Manziel will probably get signed there. I mean, he's not the greatest quarterback. People still rooting for him though. He can bring in a couple of fan bases for a team that's like 0-3, 1-2. First year in the league. I mean, everyone's on a base contract of $250,000, so he has to agree on just making $250K, which I mean, I take that any day.
Yeah.
That's 6 figures, but we'll see how that go. And then on other news for the AAF, Trent Richardson, one of 3rd round pick of the Browns back in 20.
No, I think he was a 1st round pick. I think he was a top 5 pick.
Somewhere around that. I don't know where he got, but I know he got drafted by the Browns. He was a Heisman, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Out of Bama.
Yeah, hasn't played since 2014. But he's in the AAF. He plays for the Birmingham Irons, and he leads the league in 6 touchdowns in 3 games. He's 5th in the league in rushing yards. Can he be the first AAF player to make an NFL comeback and bring possibly a new future for the AAF? As all these washed-up players, well, I didn't make it here, go here and make it again in the NFL.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Really, anything is a possibility, but I think the thing the NFL teams are going to look at is, what's your competition? Your competition is, like you said, a bunch of washed-up guys just looking for a new opportunity. 6 touchdowns is nice, but can he get 6 touchdowns in the NFL? I don't know. We'll see. If he does make it to the NFL, it'll be more than likely a backup, like 99% chance. If he does make it, it would be a backup.
That are probably like a 1-year non-guarantee. Let's see what you're worth. Maybe on like a team that kind of sucks, like
Jets,
like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a running back needing team. I mean, you have such situations like the Chiefs. You'll lose your starting running back through a suspension, or the Steelers and the Le'Veon Bell situation, and James Conner getting hurt, kind of out of the running back. So stuff in that nature. Like my best example is C.J. Anderson. Did not play until week 16. Got signed to the Rams, played in the Super Bowl, and out-snapped Todd Gurley. So
anything is possible.
Now, and the AAF plays not during the NFL season, so he is.
The spotlight is on them.
For
football.
Yeah, and he can sign a contract for the NFL without interfering with the AAF. Although I don't know how they are on training camps or stuff like that if they have it. I know
Yeah.
they're just trying to work out with the new rules and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Trent Richardson. I
Yeah.
want to see this first AAF storyline. I think it's important. I think it would be important for the NFL and the AAF to correspond with this. I think, in my opinion, once they get up to so many amount of teams, I think an NFL team should sponsor an AAF team, kind of like baseball does with the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Where
a developmental league kind of a thing.
Yeah, because like the NFL's practice squad only has 8 people,
8 to 10, something like that.
Where you can actually have a whole set of backups, if needed.
Yeah.
For development and stuff like that. I mean, you're not going to get paid millions and millions of dollars, but
and guys get hurt in the NFL much more than they do in the MLB. So you want that whole pool of guys who aren't just free agents sitting around waiting for a call.
Yeah, like Miami Dolphins had 16 people going IR, so that's 16 people on your minor league AAF team that you can just promote.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to bust out a trade or finding out some random guy or your practice squad guy that's not ready for it, but you have no choice. So we're hoping for that, but I'm excited for the AAF. If you guys haven't taken a look them up on YouTube. They got some nice hits. They got some guy did a backwards pass.
Yeah, backwards over his head.
That caught Patrick Mahomes' attention.
Yeah. The master of the improvised pass outside of Russell Wilson.
But moving on with some baseball news, Bryce Harper has been reported talking with the Phillies, the Giants, and some other teams. Where do you think Bryce Harper's going to land in a couple of days/weeks?
For me, I hope he signs with the Phillies because I'm a baseball fanatic. I mean, baseball, Mariners, Giants, I'm a fan of it all. But, like Bryce Harper, I hope he signs with the Phillies because that would open up a nice rivalry, I think, with the Phillies and the Nationals in the National League East. And I think if he signs with the Dodgers, that's just bad for the game. That's making one of the reasons I like the MLB more than the NFL and NBA is because you don't have that super team, i.e. Patriots or the Golden State Warriors, that just make it every single year. And I feel like that's what the MLB is turning into, and that's what it's going to be if Bryce Harper signs with the Dodgers. So I'm hoping he signs with the Phillies because they're definitely on the upswing right now. They made a lot of aggressive moves during the offseason. So
yeah, I'm a Phillies fan, and I know that before September hit, Phillies were second in the National League. They went They won 3 games in September and went from second to third to about 10. Missed the playoffs on that. So the Phillies has the a potential to be a really good baseball team. Has a really big potential, to win the NL East. Actually have a chance to compete for the World Series. I mean, they have 2 star pitchers. You got Aaron Nola and you got Arrieta, however you pronounce his name.
Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, Jake Arrieta. However you pronounce it. Their offense is they're pretty young on their offensive side. I mean, you got Franco. You got
they picked up Gene Segura.
That and Reese Hoskins, the rookie.
Yeah.
That guy was
he rakes.
Yeah, so they got a very young team,
Yeah.
and then I think rumor has it that Jimmy Rollins is coming back as a coach for the Phillies, which is a big
that would be nice.
boost. I mean, he is a longtime Philly.
Phillies legend.
Yeah, and he's an MLB legend too. So that's gonna help. And bringing in Bryce Harper essentially brings in
it brings in a whole new fan base because Bryce Harper is
he's
the most marketable player in all of baseball.
He can help the Phillies win maybe 100 games.
Maybe. I will say I think Bryce Harper is a little bit overrated, but he's still one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah, but if you already got a stacked offense, you have that guy that just comes and hit home runs.
It'll help. Yeah, it's gonna help.
I think the Phillies' problem is they don't have a reliever or closers that they need to have. I mean, if you have straight starters,
is still out there.
Yeah, but if you start hot but finish weak, I mean,
yeah,
it can kill you. I mean, you can put up 8 points a game, but if you give up 9
Yeah.
runs,
yeah,
And then Manny Machado,
Manny
$300 million for where he signed again?
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Was he worth? Is he worth? Is he? I mean, he's definitely worth the 300 mil, but
Yeah.
is it worth for him?
I think he got what he wanted. In the now, he got 300 mil. Did he go to the right team? Absolutely not. He did not go to the right team. The Padres, sure, they have some nice pieces. They signed Eric Hosmer last year. They have some nice young studs coming up, but he did not sign with the right team. Padres are in the same division as the Dodgers and the Giants. Both teams, especially the Dodgers, are better than the Padres. And the Padres had a down year last year, I believe, even though they're stacked with talent. So I think they have a potential for the future, but the Padres were the wrong team for Manny Machado if he wants to make a postseason push. I mean, but it is better than where he was in Baltimore. I will give him that. But anywhere is better than Baltimore right now. So, yeah, that's
I remember
what
when
I
Baltimore was good.
think. Yeah, like what, 3-4 years ago, and then they just tanked.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna lose 110 games this year. I think it's gonna be bad. I'm sorry for anyone who might be watching in Baltimore if you're a baseball fan. But yeah, that's what I think about Manny Machado. So next thing we're gonna talk about is a little bit of NBA. We got LeBron James is not. Lakers aren't too hot, and it's not a great situation in LA. What do you think about the whole LeBron situation going on in LA?
So personally, I'm a Lakers fan. I've been watching the Lakers probably since about 2005, 2006. I don't come from a Lakers family. I should come from a Celtics family or an Ohio family. So I'm a big Lakers fan. First, I'm going to say I did not want LeBron James to begin with, and here's the problem with LeBron James. LeBron James was actually hurt in the Lakers. The identity of the Lakers is the LeBron James. But when you have to branch out of LeBron James, which is the problem with the LeBron James, is who do you have next? Yes, they are loaded with the offense. I mean, you got Kyle Kuzma, you got Lonzo Ball, you got Josh Hart. You got these rushing guys. I really don't know who they are. The rookies that we got really haven't put in a dent in minutes and whatnot. But you got Rajay Rondo and McGee. And, you got nice offense, but it really comes down to LeBron James, and that's the sad part about it is you have to really rely on him, and he's just a distraction in my opinion. When he was with the Heat, 4 finals but 2 wins, and really you're going to count one of those wins with Ray Allen. He hit that clutch 3, but he's had stacked teams with him at all times. You had Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Chambers, Birdman. You had all those guys, and then even with the Cleveland Browns when they won that one title, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, Ian Shumpert, you had a nice team, Deli Devanova. So you're coming to the Lakers, you got that team, but he is just a guy he loses the identity of the Lakers. He's coming after the young guys. You're getting distracted and all these. But you look at LeBron James, he was doing a music video for 2 Chainz and then missed the game the next day for load management. Some BS on top of that. So I think that LeBron James is a distraction for the Lakers. You can bring in free agents, but the problem with that is the Lakers have a nice young team, but Magic Johnson, because he has Lakers, wants to get rid of them for all-stars up and near their prime to the end of their prime. I wouldn't mind having a Kawhi Leonard or Klay Thompson, but when you bust out a trade for Anthony Davis and you're giving away all your young talent plus draft picks, and you're giving away 6 players for 1 player, it's not worth it. That's not how you're going to win in the West when you got the Warriors, the Rockets, the Thunder, who will have stacked teams. You need to build on the young teams. Brandon Ingram's contract ends this year. Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, and Kyle Kuzma contract ends next year. You want to re-sign them, but you don't want to trade them. You need to build the young talent, something what the Warriors did. before Steve Kerr. Steph Curry was drafted. Klay Thompson was drafted. Draymond Green, Iguodala. All those guys were drafted. All those guys are on that team. They're all all-stars. There's a reason why they've won 3 championships in the last 4 years. You stay loyal to your team. I mean, granted, yes, Kevin Durant helps, but
he came from the outside, though.
yeah, he did come from the outside, but most of those guys within, came from within. You build it from within. And Steve Kerr is not a great coach. He's just piggybacking from what the last coach did. He's not really coaching these guys. I mean, when you got too many all-stars, you kind of let them do what they do. But for the Lakers standpoint, you've got young guys who has the potential. Kuzma's been to 2 rising stars all-star games, so he has the potential. I think he's the next Kobe Bryant for the team, but you got to let him be the Kobe Bryant for that team. You can't just hold him back because of LeBron James. So that's my opinion with the LeBron James. I don't see the Lakers winning a ring with LeBron James. If I'm Magic Johnson, I trade LeBron James. Bring in another all-star player who is definitely under, like Kawhi Leonard or Klay Thompson. I wouldn't trade LeBron to the Warriors. Not a day in my life.
That's too much.
Yeah, but Kawhi Leonard, I definitely trade him to Toronto. Bring in Kawhi Leonard. He definitely worked well with Kuzma, Alonzo Ball, Rajon Rondo, Josh Hart, all that team. But in my opinion, LeBron is hurting the Lakers, and it will until the day he leaves the Lakers. So, and Magic Johnson is starting to hurt the Lakers too. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he needs to get his stuff straight. But that's my
way of the NBA, maybe.
Yeah, thinking about the now and not the future. So that's my thing on the LeBron James and the Lakers. But we all got our own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are 1 game under 500 right now. They're like 10th seed in the West, which is bad.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to add?
I think that's good.
Free agency for the football starts on March 13th. I think if we do an episode next week, we're gonna hit more on the free agency and where some players are gonna go for the teams. So keep a lookout for next week's episode.
And there might be a lot more trades because the Joe Flacco trade is going to be made official on the 13th or whatever the first day of free agency is in the NFL.
Yeah, and you're also looking for Justin Houston trade, Antonio Brown trade, stuff on that nature. And then if you guys haven't already, we got a T-shirt going on a giveaway. We have extended it for the fact that we have not made a video in the last 2 weeks, so I think it's unfair for us to do only 1 video on it. So we're extending it into March 15th for the giveaway of the T-shirt. All you gotta do is subscribe, like, and then comment your favorite NFL player. You can comment on any video you want for us, but most recent video will probably benefit for you. But like I said, like, subscribe, and comment your favorite NFL player, and then by March 15th, we're going to pick one of you guys lucky winners to get a custom T-shirt. If you haven't seen the custom T-shirt, we'll put it in the link below to the Twitter site. It is on our Twitter site. It shows the front and the back of the T-shirt. It's a nice T-shirt, so take a look at it. Like, subscribe, and comment, and hopefully you got one of you guys win that T-shirt. But with that, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching another episode of the Cleaver Podcast, and I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. See ya.